The market for city SUVs is booming. The ones made by Volkswagen ride on the MQB A0 platform. They're called the VW T-Cross and the Seat Arona. Jan Becher says until now Skoda hasn't had a small city SUV, but the Czech car maker is changing that with the Kamiq. With the same corporation and the same platform, won't you already know what the Kamiq is like before you even drive it? Does something make it different or better than its two siblings? Skoda has made SUVs one of its cornerstones. After the successful Kodiaq and Karoq, they're now downsizing with the Kamiq. The many Ks and Qs make it difficult to tell them apart, but the Czechs have looked north for inspiration, to the Inuit. All three SUV names come from the language of the indigenous Canadian people. Kamiq means second skin. So is second skin just superficial marketing talk, or does the name fit like a glove? Jan says you notice how much space there is in the Kamiq, more than you'd expect from a small car. That's even considering its two siblings, which are already quite spacious. The Kamiq has a bit more room. 4 people on the tall side should be able to travel feeling relaxed, not cramped. To get all that space, Skoda has really pushed the small car platform to its limits and given the Kamiq a slightly longer wheelbase than the VW and Seat models. With a total length of 4.24 meters, it's even bigger than compact cars that cost quite a bit more. Although some may miss the T-Cross's sliding rear seat, the trunk holds up to 1,400 liters, or around 100 more than its Volkswagen equivalent. And just as you'd expect from a Skoda, there's no shortage of clever features in the Kamiq, like a magnetic flashlight and an ice scraper in the fuel filler flap. A new feature is the automatically extending door edge protection, which is intended to protect the Kamiq from ugly scratches, especially in the city. Jan says if you've ever driven a vehicle based on the MQB platform, there won't be any surprises when it comes to driving behavior, which isn't bad. It means the steering is pleasantly direct without being too tight. Steering resistance is just right, and the chassis absorbs any unevenness quite well. Skoda offers sports seats and sports suspension as an option, but Jan thinks you don't really need them because they don't really suit the more easygoing character of the car. Engine output is easygoing. On the plus side, it's good for the environment. There are 3 gasoline engines and 1 diesel with output between 70 and 110 kilowatts to choose from. We are testing the medium-sized gasoline engine, a 1-liter 3-cylinder that puts out 85 kilowatts. It powers the front-wheel drive Kamiq to 100 kilometers per hour in an acceptable 9.9 seconds. The VW and the Skoda are not available with all-wheel drive because their shared platform is so small. Jan says one point of criticism the earlier models faced was the interior with hard plastic surfaces. If you take a look in the Kamiq, it's a little different. Of course, you'll find hard plastic here as well, but you always have to keep the vehicle class and price in mind. But otherwise, it looks quite stylish here. There are softer materials and a nice finish in the middle, even though Skoda is actually the cheaper alternative to VW. The dashboard is pretty much identical to the sister model Scala, the hatchback version of the Kamiq. It comes with a 6.5-inch touchscreen as standard. The 2 larger 8 or 9.2-inch displays, as well as a fully digital virtual cockpit, cost extra. Jan says with a starting price of just under 18,000 euros, Skoda is positioning the Kamiq between its two siblings. It's around 1,000 euros more expensive than the Arona, but 700 euros cheaper than the T-Cross. When it comes to room, it's clearly ahead. It's also the highest quality when it comes to workmanship and the materials. He thinks people who want more sportiness will probably prefer the Arona. Those who need versatility for carrying things would likely choose the T-Cross with its sliding rear seat. Everyone else will probably find the Kamiq the best price-performance ratio of the three.
Beim Kamiq das wahrscheinlich beste Preis-Leistungs-Verhältnis der drei.